Welcome, hockey fans, to Centennial Sports Arena, where tonight girls hockey is on the air as the Andover Huskies and their perfect record come into the Centennial Spring Lake Park territory. John Head and Nick Walsh with you tonight here on North Metro TV. The Huskies 19-0 under ninth-year head coach Melissa Volk. They've been to the state tournament 4 years running, including a championship in 2020. They came up just shy last season, and now they take on this Centennial Spring Lake Park team that we know has had good success this year in its first year as a co-op, and two programs that have found success on their own before combining in previous years. Skaters taken to the ice already, Andover in their black and gold, red, white, and black for the Centennial Spring Lake Park young ladies, as we are all set to go inside the Centennial Sports Arena. Huskies left to right, Centennial Spring Lake Park right to left here in the opening period. Puck forced into the Centennial end and will go off the backboards. Tracked quickly down by Hannah Thompson. Now left behind. Flushin gets to it on the near side boards. Two players go down to the ice. Three players down. Goudreau trying to dig this out for the hometown team. And it is pushed behind the goal. Cougars to Thompson, trying to move it up ice. Under some duress, goes for the D-to-D pass off the backboards to Flushing. Now up ahead, it's taken into neutral ice. Touched forward, and a change coming for most of Centennial Spring Lake Park. Goudreau forcing this one away, takes it towards the net. Now a shot, pad save made by Courtney Stagman, one of the best in the state, able to stonewall Centennial Spring Lake Park on their first try, and a surprise maybe that the home team was the first one with a shot on goal because it took them so long to get out of their own zone.
Stagman's been nothing short of stupendous here so far this season as the first shot on goal here for Andover. Stagman 17-0, 1.11 goals allowed average, and almost a 95% save rate. She's been fantastic this year.
Puck taken towards the net, now a shot, and this one in for a goal. Huskies score early. Knocking one in is Ella Borger, the junior, with her 22nd goal of the season. That leads the team. Puck was played right in front of the crease and then tipped back, and Borger able to knock it home. Take another look. Carried to the front of the net. She touches it forward, then gets it right back off the feed from Madison Brown.
A really nice goal there against another pretty good goaltender, Caitlin Gross, 11-7-1. 1.82 goals allowed average. She saves 93% of the shots taken her way. But meanwhile, Borger, one of the best scorers in girls hockey this year, 22 goals now, 23 assists. And last year she was the top returning scorer coming for this Andover team. She had 27 goals and 30 assists in the regular season last year.
So Centennial Spring Lake Park finds themselves on the wrong end of the scoreboard just a couple minutes in. Now a backhanded try right on net, second opportunity, and it's tipped away after two saves. Here's a third save, and able to corral it is Caitlin Gress. 11-7-1 for Gress this season, 1.82 goals against average, and a .930 save percentage. Both these goaltenders, similar shoes. I mean, they were the starters last year on successful teams. Didn't start the year before, so it's not like they've been those youthful prodigies since they were in 8th grade. But significant playing time, significant experience between the pipes for our two teams here tonight. They did give Brown the assist, the lone assist to Brown on the Berger goal. Andover from behind their own net. Here's Callan Mumm. Forces it up the far boards, tipped in to keep it there for Centennial Spring Lake Park, and they dump it back behind Stagman again. She gives chase, tries to hand off to Avery Kasich. Kasich able to push it forward, now it's carried out. Kaiser with the feed forward, centering pass back to Kaiser, never got there on the attempt by Hannah Christensen, just a freshman. Puck down to the near side, Goudreau has it. She'll slide it forward, carrying up ice. This is Ellie Newpower, dumps it into the offensive zone, goes off on a change. And it's the Huskies who track it down. Courtney Little there first. The freshman moves it forward to neutral ice. Thompson back on it for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Tipped into the offensive zone by Hammer and then lost out to neutral once more. Huskies chasing hard as this puck tracked down by Centennial Spring Lake Park first. Able to get there, Olivia Fleschen. Now his shot goes off a shin and is poked out of the zone. Opportunity for the Cougars. They head up ice. Fleschen with a 2-on-1. Takes the early shot. Couldn't make contact with the keeper. And we go the other direction. Icing call comes with 13:31 remaining here in the first period. The lead with the Andover Huskies.
Andover comes into the game a perfect 19-0 on the season, and that's following a year last year where they were undefeated going into the championship game. Ended up losing to Edina 2-1 in the state championship game. So they have won 41 of their last 42 games.
Huskies with control of the puck. One thing I would note about this Husky team is there have been a lot of teams that have come close but have missed out on the stogie because there have been 5 games which the Huskies have won by just 1 goal. So while they have gaudy numbers, there have been nights when they have really been tested. Here, shot, goal! That one deflects inside the crease and finds the back of the net. Another score for the Huskies. And this, again, looks to be Berger, her second of the night. 13:07 remaining in this first period.
Yeah, this one she was just waiting on the weak side and was able to tip it in as we watch on the replay.
This puck taken.
Pass comes from
No, it's 12, not 15. Excuse me. Right there, 12, able to tip it in. Isabel Gettle.
So for Gettle, her 16th goal of the season. Mum will get credit for the assist on that one to give the Huskies a 2-0 lead.
Shots on goal 4-1, and dangerous thing here. The Huskies scoring on 50% of their shots. Here they come on the attack again. This shot stopped out in front by Gross. Now pushed into the far corner. Andover carrying up ice, or up to the blue line, I should say. Tries to send it back in, tipped around. Puck back out to neutral ice, pushed forward to Goudreau. Here a shot, glove save made, and then covering up. Did I hear that Berger was credited with one of the assists on that goal?
It was. Okay. Mum and Berger also on the assist from Gettle.
Take a look at the opportunity for Centennial. Goudreau coming up, snaps one off that hits the wrist of the glove hand. That knocks it down into the crease, and jumping on top is Courtney Stagman. Here, puck carried back in by Centennial. This is a Husky team that's averaging nearly 5 goals per game this season. They've already notched 2 here tonight to take a strong lead early. Puck played back behind Stagman. She stops it and hands off to Kasich. Kasich plays it ahead. Kaiser now into neutral ice. Touched forward by Hannah Christensen. Knocked away by Centennial Spring Lake Park. They'll move into the offensive end for a moment. Now lost. New Power had it on her stick. Taken the other direction by Kasich. She's across the blue line. Tried to hand it off to Christensen. Christensen gathers it up near the corner under some duress, tipped away. Good play there by Alexis Larson, the freshman for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Puck to the far side corner and grabbed hold of by Centennial Spring Lake Park's Katie Bell. Katie Ball, that is. Ball just an 8th grader for this team. Some youth showing for 2 programs that had to come together in order to get a healthy roster together. A surprise for 2 respected programs for a long, long time, especially Centennial that went to state a year ago. Here, puck carried forward and into the offensive end. O'Hara, the team's leading scorer, has control. Looking for help. Sends it down into the corner. No one chases after it except for the Huskies. So Lauren O'Hara's attempt didn't go anywhere. She nearly got it back in the circle. Regathered. Centennial Spring Lake Park centers a pass. That one knocked away. And Huskies got in front of it thanks to Mackenzie Jones, freshman pushing it forward. And we go into the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone. Thompson from behind her own net starts a charge. Gets turned back at the half wall and her pocket pick. Huskies have it behind the net. Andover carries up front, takes the hard angle shot. That one stopped up by Gross. Now down along the near side boards. Huskies back out at neutral ice have it. Ella Thornton looking to send it in. Huskies needed to touch up. They do, and now will carry back. Nope, that would have been offsides. Just barely tipped away by the home squad. So Centennial Spring Lake Park bailing out Andover in a way there from what would have been an offsides. Huskies still can't cross that blue line cleanly, and it's sent back through neutral ice. Centennial Spring Lake Park tapping it away, looking for a rush opportunity, but no real puck control for them. Now the Huskies with Madison Brown carries into the offensive end. From the near side boards, attacks behind the net. Buying some time, leaves it out towards the blue line. That one out of the reach of Callan Mumm. And the sophomore now chasing it back with some pursuit put on by the Centennial Spring Lake Park players as well. Puck out to the far side boards, trying to hold it in the zone. Home squad does it. They'll push towards the net. Centering pass gets behind the intended target. And it's Andover going the other direction. Gettle dumps it and goes off on a change. Centennial Spring Lake Park from their own end, touching it forward. This one taken away. Good job by Christensen. Here she comes, centers a pass across. Great feed, but a little bit too long for Kaiser to make a clean play on it. He threw a shot towards the goaltender, but nothing much happened. And we move back out to neutral ice. Centennial Spring Lake Park still being aggressive, chasing the puck. Huskies have it now and come on the attack. Engler takes a shot from far out. That one stopped and then pushed into the pads, but lost out into the corner. Centennial Spring Lake Park regathers, puck knocked away, gets to neutral ice, and it's dumped in by Andover. Centennial Spring Lake Park tries to play it through. This one going to the other end. It does make it to the crease, so Stagman had to play it. Off the stop by her. 8:20 remaining in this period. This puck played forward and then chopped down, unable to make a play on it with Centennial Spring Lake Park on that attack towards the net. Another centering pass and nothing comes. It was a great feed to Lauren O'Hara, though.
Probably the best opportunity that Centennial's had all day. A wide open shot right in front of the net, but a nice play by Stagman to make the save.
Huskies coming on the attack and sandwiched between two defenders. No arms in the air, no whistles. We play on as Centennial Spring Lake Park pinched in hard there as the play was coming down the slot. Here's a shot and a save made into the breadbasket and holding on. Gross. Here's that whistle with 7:45 remaining in this first period. The faceoff coming in front of Caitlin Gross.
Of course, Caitlin Gross, the goaltender for the Centennial Cougars. You see Courtney Stagman for the Andover Huskies. They have had a litany of good goaltenders at Andover, and a little bit of a rivalry here tonight because Maddie Rooney, who was an Andover goaltender, and in fact not only for the girls, and we'll continue that in a moment.
A goal here, it's scored by Hannah Olson, the freshman with her third of the season, and she's just charging down the slot. When the puck pops out to her, she pops it in past Gross, and it's a 3-0 Andover lead. That goal coming with 7:36 remaining here in the first period. And the love being spread around as the freshman got the start tonight. She made good on it as this puck knocked away. Great job. I believe that was Berger again.
It was Berger behind the net, able to set up the goal and right out front. A really nice feed out front, and quickly here 3-0 in favor of the Andover Huskies.
So the Huskies, again, have been super strong in recent years. They've rattled off a number of 20-win seasons under Coach Melissa Volk. It wasn't like that when she started. She's in her 9th year, had to work the program up a bit over the first few years, but now they are among the elite in the state. And here, this shot stopped by a defender in front. She wore that one and now carries it out through neutral, and Cody will dump it into the offensive zone. Giving chase is the player who wore it off the shin, Noelle Hemmer. Trying to get to it on the backboards, couldn't do so. Sounds like Sauer got the other assists on that goal from Olson, the third of the night for the Huskies. And so, on the other side, you've got a Centennial team that has gone to the state tournament a number of times, including last year, regular, but different sections for these two teams. That's why they both have been able to make it with some regularity. Centennial had always been in the mix for the 7A, or rather, the 5A title, whereas the Huskies were in 7-2A. Puck played along the near side boards. 6:30 remaining here in this opening period. Controlled now by the Huskies, looking to break out. Good touch pass forward to Kaiser. She breaks the blue line. The assistant captain has it knocked off her stick. And Flushin, with the defensive play, then carries it back out to neutral ice. She chops at it. And comes forward to her again. Tipped into the offensive zone nicely by Paige Davidson. All that to talk about how successful these programs have been. What's frightening is that the Huskies have won 6 straight regular season matchups against the Centennial program, including 10-0 and 11-1 last year. I mean, Centennial is one of the better teams in the state, and they have been run roughshod over by these Huskies. And so far, much of the same tonight with a 3-0 score very early on. 5:42 remaining in this first period. Even the reinforcements of Spring Lake Park don't seem to be changing that for a Centennial team that at least that brought back a number of really strong players from a year ago. Puck carry behind the net. Cougars trying to get out from under their own zone. And Goudreau does get a stick on it. Hands it off. O'Hara tips it into the offensive zone towards the tender. And Stagman able to poke it towards the corner. Now we go to the near sideboards, and it's carried ahead by Kasich. Kasich trying to fly into the offensive end. Able to get around 2 defenders now, but ends up on the backboard. Centering pass gets through to the far circle. Left back to the blue line. Touched back out to the far side. Advanced in by the Huskies. Quick passing is stolen away for the moment by Centennial Spring Lake Park, and the puck leaks out to neutral ice. 4 of the top 5 scorers for Centennial have returned this year. Only Summer Francis is gone from their high-powered attack a year ago. Goudreau, O'Hara, O'Hearn, and Cody, all big-time players a year ago, and yet things have not clicked this year. Same goaltender, same starters. I say haven't clicked. They're 13-7. They're a very, very good squad. We're just seeing what happens when you run into what appears to be the elite in the state.
I was going to say, they were unbeaten in their first 9 games.
Yes.
And since then, things have kind of gone sideways a little bit as they've gone 5-7 in their last 12. So they have found some opportunities early, and then the middle part of the year, the dog days of January, would you call it, I guess?
Yeah.
It's kind of stuck on it as they've played tougher teams in this Northwest Suburban Conference.
Centennial Spring Lake Park is coming off the 4-2 win on Saturday against Chisago Lake, so that was their most recent action. They'd lost back-to-back games prior to that. 4:05 to go in this first period. Huskies play it to the far corner. This one wraps around the boards down to the near side. Centennial Spring Lake Park having trouble clearing. Puck held in by the Huskies. Nicely done. Now finally tipped out. That one will slide through neutral ice, allowing Centennial Spring Lake Park to change up. 3:40 remaining in this first period as the puck carried in long behind the net. Huskies first to it, trying to attack on the Centennial tender. This puck lifted and knocked down right in front of the crease. It's pushed aside by the defense of Centennial Spring Lake Park. Huskies with a hard angle shot. That one goes through everybody. Maybe they were looking for a header that time. Puck controlled by Berger. She'll send it forward. And this one worked down to the near side corner. Pushed to the half wall. Knocked out of the zone. O'Hearn giving chase. O'Hara, was giving chase. Goudreau had that one behind her. Scooped up by Newpower. Newpower feeds it ahead. Here, a wrister, and that one gloved by Stagman on the try by O'Hara.
6 shots on goal now for Centennial. Andover at 13. And the quality of the shots. You can have a number of shots, but the quality of the shots. And that shot taken from the top of the circle, an easy catch for Stagman, watching it all the way.
On average, Centennial Spring Lake Park does outshoot their opponents, but it's not a wide margin. On the flip side, the Huskies outshoot their opponents 38-19, so 2-1 typically, and that's what we're seeing on the scoreboard early. Huskies with control, well, just about for Maya Engler. Now she leaves it back to the blue line, and they set up. Here a wrister missed on, and this one carried out after the misplay by Thornton. Carried into the offensive end. Centering pass, and this shot goes just wide on the touch attempt. Another centering attempt, and that one fed back towards the original target. Unable to get to it was Cody that time. Here we go the other way. Christensen tries to dance around a defender, gets it to the front of the net. That one scooped aside by Gross. Huskies get a shot from up high. That one knocked down in front. Carried back out to the blue line. Andover controlling. This one handed back to Mackenzie Jones. Sent around here, an open net shot. Goal! right in front. Sarah Kaiser, the senior, makes it 4-0.
Well, and I was just going to say, the reason why Andover outshoots their opponents so by such a wide margin, you could see it right there. Not only are they always on the offense, they're always pushing, but look how they get the puck down low. They throw it on, and they have skaters going to the net all the time waiting for that rebound. So you can have a great stop as a goaltender, and you've got one or two players coming right at the net looking for that rebound, and that's what happened there on that goal.
There were 3 players at the front of the net, right, left, and center, and it was, it didn't matter where it bounced. Somebody was going to be there. So it wasn't just right place, right time. That was by design. That attack allowed someone to be there, and this time it was Kaiser. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers for the Huskies. Grabo and Little with the assist on the Kaiser goal. Here, a flurry in front of the net. Nothing comes of it. 1:20 remaining in this first period. Left out to the blue line. Rister to send it down low. Little touch in front. Looking for the deflection that time was Hannah Olson as she tried to sneak in her second of the day.
Well, and I think what's really impressive about this Andover team so far is that they've had 9 different players that have scored a point so far. They've only had 2 players tonight. In fact, 1 player that has scored more than 1 point, and it should come to no surprise. That's Ella Berger. She's got a goal and 2 assists already. So they are starting to pile up points, but it's coming from a lot of different areas. So you're pushing 3 different lines out there at least that are able to score.
18 different goal scorers this season for the Andover Huskies. Under a minute to go as Goudreau punches this one into the offensive end. It's chased down first by Mumm. The defender plays it forward ahead to Gettle. Gettle, and we get a whistle. This one coming behind the play. The net got knocked off by Stagman, so they're going to reset that and then reset the game. 45 seconds remaining in this first period.
Well, it was actually the defensive player came around and got her stick caught in the net, and when she tried to pull the stick away from the net came with it.
Face-off coming just outside the Centennial zone. It's played to the far boards and won back by the Huskies. Andover carrying across with Gettle. Gettle trying to hand it off to Brown, but she's sandwiched, moves to the back wall. Centering pass, this one pops wide and goes to the back wall. Under 30 seconds to go in the period. Player goes down, arm in the air, and a whistle for our first penalty of the game. A tripping call comes with 24.7 seconds left, and it is the Huskies' top scorer, Berger, going to the penalty box. Just the 3rd time she's been penalized this season.
Coming at 16:35.
As a team, 114 penalty minutes coming in for the Huskies. It's only 4 less than Centennial, so in that regard, these 2 teams have been pretty even throughout the course of the year. Of course, Spring Lake Park has played 2 more games to this point. Or excuse me, Centennial Spring Lake Park. Here they get a shot on and a save made with 9.8 seconds left. Should give us just enough time as they reset this to look through the numbers. Centennial Spring Lake Park, 22.4% on the power play. That's 15 of 67. Huskies are 89.9 on the penalty kill, 44-49. They've shut down. Puck into the corner off the draw. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything out of that. Centennial Spring Lake Park has it as the buzzer sounds, and we are through 1 period. Andover scored early and scored often. They hold a 4-0 lead over the Cougars. We'll come back to recap it all here on North Metro TV. Andover 4, Centennial Spring Lake Park nothing after 1 period of play. Centennial band providing the between period entertainment, and here during this intermission, let's recap what we saw in the first period of play. Started with an early Andover goal and just continued on as they didn't have too much trouble getting past a quality goaltender in Caitlin Gross here today. Let's take a look at that scoring that started less than 2 minutes into the game. Here in the first period, Andover with control of the puck. Take it towards the front of the net. Lost it looked like, but then there were two players there with a chance to put it home. It was Ella Berger who did so and got them on the board. Then puck behind the net. Looked like it was about to be cleared. Instead touched right out, and it's put home. That was Olson on the third goal of the game. Here a wrister, and right in front is Kaiser. So we skipped the Gettle goal, but you still saw 3 of the 4 in the first period for the Andover Huskies. No trouble for them. Outshot the hometown team 19-7 in the first. We'll pause again when we come back. Get you set for the start of the second here on North Metro TV. 4-0 game here at the Centennial Sports Arena in favor of the visiting Andover Huskies. John Head and Nick Walsh and our entire North Metro TV crew glad to be with you this evening for girls hockey. The ice has been resurfaced and we are ready to go as soon as the teams break their huddles. And for these Huskies, they're coming off a big win over Edina. That was the last matchup they had. It was on Hockey Day, Minnesota, outdoor game, and a 4-0 win for Andover to stay unbeaten. Both squads coming to center ice. Huskies looking for their 20th win of the season, their 20th straight. As we've said, well on their way when you look at the scoreboard. 4-0 in favor of Andover.
This is a critical first minute and a half. Remember, Centennial is on the power play here for the first minute and 36 seconds. So this is a critical early going for Centennial. This is one of the rare opportunities when they have had a bit of an advantage on the ice.
Some pressure put on, then it sags away a bit. Finally, the puck is dumped into the offensive zone. Puck played behind the net to Goudreau. She lost control. Now Huskies have it. They try to play it out, and it does get past Thompson at the blue line.
Anytime you're a team that is as good as Andover is, and everybody wants to look at offensive statistics, but I've really been impressed by Andover's defense. They have not allowed much in front of the net at all for Centennial, and they've been able to clear pucks just like that, and even now, players short. They put on some offensive pressure in the meantime.
They do have 2 shorthanded goals as a team this season. Goudreau brings it into the offensive end for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Handed back, and then the shot whiffed on, and it's dumped away. That'll allow Andover to change up with just 28 seconds left on the power play.
Of course, anytime you've got an early lead like this, and they've had a lot of early leads in games, that allows your defense to drop back a little bit. You allow your forwards to put on that pressure even on the defensive side of the ice, and that allows a much more relaxed method of play and a much more relaxed tempo.
Andover able to dump it into the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone once again. Just 5 seconds left on the power play. Centennial can't even gain the zone as it's knocked back to their end. Larson gives chase.
And when I say relaxed, not for the team that they're playing, a much more relaxed tempo from your own team. The opposition would argue strongly that it is anything but a relaxed tempo for them.
New Power retreated behind her own net, then tried to play it up the far boards. Huskies trying to hold that zone, and they do so. Christensen comes away with the puck. She'll touch it behind the net. Soft touch, and then her teammates come up to help. Maya Engler got a stick on it for a moment. It is pushed out to neutral ice and then dumped right back into the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone. Puck played down to the near side. Held in at the corner. Moved ahead, and this one taken to the net. Sarah Kaiser, who has a goal in this game, the last one scored. Came up empty on that drive towards the goal. Puck lost out of the zone. Took an odd bounce off the wall, and it was scooped up by the Huskies. They play it all the way up. It's touched into the offensive end by Kaiser. Changes for Andover while Christensen tries to keep it alive in the offensive end. Berger comes in from behind to help out. Tipped away from here. This is O'Hara with control. Looking for help ahead. O'Hearn was there, but she held instead. O'Hara sends it in from neutral ice on the goaltender. Puck played to the far boards. Centennial Spring Lake Park just out of the reach. Flushing keeps it alive. Hands it off. Now a shot. That one a little weak down the slot off the stick of O'Hara. And it's pushed out to neutral ice and carried ahead. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Goudreau comes in to support defensively. Great pass to the front. Gettle couldn't knock it home. Her shot missed wide. Out to the top. This is Mumm trying to hold the zone, able to do so. Sends it down into the corner. Off that pass, it pops out for a moment. Berger has it. Once more, this is Mumm sent across. Now a shot, and that one missed wide by Mackenzie Jones, the freshman. Jones gets it again. She rifles another one. This one off the pads and then collected by Centennial Spring Lake Park. Nice save by Gross as this bounced out to neutral ice, and the puck carries in to the Andover zone. Much needed change for Centennial Spring Lake Park.
Even though Andover didn't score there, you might have noticed Madison Brown was standing right on the doorstep there. Couldn't get a stick on it, but even now up 4-0. They're waiting for those rebounds to come back, and they're ready for them for the most part.
Puck played along the near side boards, centering pass, and this one left back, but nobody was home. Nearest player to it gets to it now, Madison Brown. This is off to Berger. Berger trying to get a pass away. That one's deflected. There's plenty of real estate agents who have put their names on the boards here at the Centennial Sports Arena. I'm not sure if they sold the rights to the area in front of the crease to the Andover Huskies before the night, but it's felt that way because Andover has camped out repeatedly right in front of Gross. Puck sent in on this one offsides.
It's really been impressive all night for Andover. And in the second period particularly, it becomes problematic because this is the period where oftentimes people refer to the long change. And so as Andover keeps the pressure in the Centennial zone, it makes it very difficult, obviously, for Centennial to get a lot of changes. And so keep an eye on that as the minutes start to tick away, how often Centennial is able to bring it into the zone and then their changes as a result of that.
Ella O'Hearn brings it into the offensive end, tries to leave it back, but a bouncing puck gets past Thompson at the top. She retreats into her own end under some serious duress, knocked down to the ice, and we get an arm in the air. Second penalty of the game as a hooking call comes. It's against the Huskies. Both penalties have come against Andover tonight. This time it's Nora Sauer who will go to the box. She is the team leader in penalty minutes, and after 2 minutes served, she'll have 22 on the year.
Just the second penalty of the day, and you can see a pretty easy call there for the hook. And Centennial on the power play for the second time tonight.
12 minutes to go in the second period. Down 4-0. Centennial Spring Lake Park looking to get on the board with this power play. Player knocked down, arm in the air. We're going to 5-on-3. Just 10 seconds into the original penalty, we get another penalty. This a tripping call. And the guilty party this time is Courtney Little. Little with her 6th penalty of the season. Big time opportunity for Centennial Spring Lake Park.
Well, and oftentimes you'll get a 5-on-3, but not one that's going to last a minute and 39 or a minute and 51 seconds. This is an expansive opportunity here for Centennial. They have to take advantage of this.
Flushing whiffs on a shot, but her teammate right there. O'Hearn tries to give it across, and the pressure just enough from the Huskies to force the puck out of the zone. Goudreau carries it up. She weaves through, allowing her team to set up. Goudreau with a wrister. This one picked up at the blue line after it was blocked back. Flushing tries to send a shot on. Loose in front, it's tipped behind the net. Goudreau tracks it down to the near corner. Leaves it up to Flushing. She'll send it across. Top of the circle, wrister, and that one knocked away. Kasich able to step in front of it, and you would think the Huskies had 5 or 6 players on the ice. They do not seem to be having any trouble as this puck played forward, and chasing after it, looking for offense is Gettle. Should get it to the backboards. Gettle, not a lot of support, no surprise, and it's taken away by Centennial Spring Lake Park.
Every second you can kill time on a 5-on-3, though, is a good second, even though she was just kind of holding it back there for a few seconds. That's a few more seconds off of this 5-on-3, which is now 30 seconds remaining.
Here a hard angle shot misses on the near side, goes to the far boards, collected by Centennial Spring Lake Park. Puck given to the circle, near side, shot, and then the rebound opportunity was in front. Katie Ball couldn't get a hold of it on the second try. Down along that near side corner with control is Tegan Kuhlenkamp. She leaves it up to New Power. Kuhlenkamp gets it back. First penalty just about expired as New Power takes a wrister through traffic. It does skip to the side and into the corner. So one penalty is done. Out of the box comes Norris Sauer. The other one ticking down as the Huskies gain control of their own end. Centennial Spring Lake Park changing up, and we are back to full strength for the Huskies. So no scoring. Now 0 for 3 are the Centennial Spring Lake Park players on the power play. Here a shot goes wide on a puck played right to the front of the net by the Huskies. Andover trying to hold the zone, able to do so for the moment. Given ahead to Sarah Kaiser. Kaiser tips this one out. Now a shot from the blue line gets knocked down by a body. That body then collects and tries to fire herself. It was Hannah Olson. We go the other direction. Goudreau had it knocked off her stick. Tipped back into the Centennial zone. Giving heavy chase here is Emma Heath. The senior Heath into the corner near side. Doing battle with Alexis Larson. Larson able to push it away. O'Hara has it, and it slides right towards Centennial Spring Lake Park goaltender Caitlin Gross. She makes the stop.
That was a good example of what I was talking about before. Now, obviously, with the puck being frozen here, a full change coming here for Centennial, but the puck was brought in right up to the blue line or so, and Centennial looked like they were going to at least do a partial change, and then Andover turned the puck away, and so Centennial was not able to make any sort of a change there.
Puck played to the backboards. Here's a centering pass grabbed hold of by Centennial Spring Lake Park instead. They break out to the neutral ice. Davidson trying to play it forward. She's knocked off by her counterpart in 25, Courtney Little. Little sends it across to the far side. Kasich tries to move forward. Long pass just out of the reach of Kaiser, and this is an icing against the Huskies. 8:33 remaining in this second period. No score change, and the shots on goal have been relatively even here in this second period.
Yeah, from a defensive standpoint, Centennial has tightened it up a bit. They've not allowed those rebound opportunities, or at least the obvious rebound opportunities. We saw some fairly efficient pickups for Andover in the first period. You haven't seen those opportunities. Credit Centennial's defense for that.
Huskies off the draw, played around behind their own net. Moved out to neutral ice. Larson giving chase, but that one had too much mustard on it. Another icing call goes against the Huskies. Interestingly enough, Centennial, who we've talked about as their own entity a year ago, went to the state tournament, sort of. Right? They didn't actually go because they weren't able to participate. They do get the participant banner here as a qualifier out of their section, but they did not play a game and had to forfeit to Edina. So both of these teams lost to Edina in the state tournament a year ago. Puck brought forward, and O'Hara trying to get a shot away. It never materialized. We go the other direction as Christensen knocked down, and we've got a tripping call coming on New Power as soon as this is touched up. There it is. So first penalty against Centennial Spring Lake Park. New Power, the guilty party. New Power coming into the day, second on the team in penalty minutes for Centennial Spring Lake Park. After these 2 minutes, she'll be tied with Ella O'Hearn for the top on the team.
One coming at 9:06 of the period.
Face-off won by the Huskies in the offensive end. Andover trying to get on the board for the first time in the second period and extend their 4-0 lead. This Husky team, 26.2% on the power play, 16 goals and 61 tries. Getting a leg on it is Cody. That stops the shot, and she gives chase towards the Husky end. Nothing there. And Andover starts to move forward again. Another nice defensive play, finished by Cody as she sends it long, but the first player there was Olivia Flushing to shut down. So how's the PK? 84.9% for Centennial Spring Lake Park. They've stopped 45 power play opportunities while allowing just 8 goals. A shot off by the Centennial Spring Lake Park squad is high and over the crossbar. Andover on the attack. Send it down to the near side boards. Kasich having some trouble getting her footing. Centennial gets a hold of it, can't clear. Borgert holds it at the blue line. Attack coming for the Huskies as they move it towards the front of the net. Ends up behind instead. Centering pass right there. Pad save made on the shot by Gettle. And then covering up is Gross.
That's It's one of the rare, really good opportunities that Andover has had here in the second period. Actually, Centennial's done a really nice job, but Gettle getting free right out in the middle, and the centering pass came through, and a nice stop right out in front for Centennial by Gross.
About 45 seconds left on the power play as Stagman stops this behind her own net. And Huskies looking for their first score with the advantage. Little trouble behind the net. Courtney Little has it, sends it up to Christensen. Down to the near side, touched into Kaiser's stick, and she'll carry into the offensive end. Kaiser goes right around a defender, carries behind the net. Lost it there and left it actually behind for Engler. Maya Engler gives to Christensen. Out towards the blue line for Jones. Now across. Little sends it low. Kaiser back to Little. Puck play towards the near side circle for Christensen. Just 5 seconds left on the power play. Puck knocked away by Larson, and Centennial Spring Lake Park had it for a moment. They are back at full strength as the Huskies charge towards the net. Centering pass moves all the way through to the near side boards. Played into the corner. 5:40 remaining as this centering pass ends up right between the circles. Here a pad save made. Now a third attempt, and that one goes into bodies, ends up behind the net. Great save by Gross on that first attempt after it was received to an open player between the circles inside that slot. Puck pops up in the air along the near side boards. And down to the near side. Pushed out of the zone by Centennial. They give chase with ball. Working against Mumm. Mumm got there first. Hands it off to Bravo. She lost control in a battle there with Chatelain. And the puck played into the Andover far corner. Spinning around was Ella Thorson. She sends it down to the near side for Mumm. Head up. Gets a pass up to neutral ice, and a player knocked down, the offensive player knocking down the defender there. Shot from the blue line gets deflected in front, and the loose puck collected by Centennial Spring Lake Park. Puck ahead to ball. It bounces off the 8th grader's stick and into the Andover zone. Along those near side boards, puck squirts into the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone. With 4:20 remaining in the second, they bounce it off the far side boards. Huskies changing right there, able to get a hold of the puck and carry towards the net. Gettle can't make a play on it, but she does come up with it, leaves it back for Berger. Nothing there for Berger, out to the blue line. Held for a moment, little trouble with it there for Mackenzie Jones, but she did hold the zone. Brown hands off to Gettle. Back to Jones, wrister from the top of the slot, and that one stopped by Gross.
That's an example of what Centennial has really done well here in the second period. They've created a lot of traffic in the middle defensively. They haven't allowed Andover to get a whole lot of looks or possession right in front of the net. And we saw the shot there, which was after what I was talking about, but in the previous iterations, the last couple of times, just not able to pull the trigger offensively for the Andover Huskies in front of the net.
Ella O'Hearn got in front of that last slap shot.
That's another example.
Puck carried out by Cody. She dumps it into the offensive end. Lost her footing. No call. The hometown fans not happy about that. 3:30 to go in the second. Huskies pick it up in their own end from the near side boards. Played forward to Brown. She lost it for a moment. Now Brown touches it back from Little, and they move together into the offensive zone. Stuck along the half wall against the Centennial Spring Lake Park players that have come in to try and shut this down. 2-on-2 matchup against the wall. Having it now is Brown. Brown trying to get away. Moves into the corner and has a little space to work with. Hands it off to Berger from behind the net. She sends to Gettle. Centering pass for Brown. Brown couldn't get it. Bouncing puck played out towards neutral ice and finally pushed in to that neutral zone by the Centennial Spring Lake Park players. Berger coming back, tries to get a pass away. Laying down in front of it was New Power to make sure that was shut down. We go the other direction with Goudreau trying to dance around a defender. She does so, has help on her left, puts a shot on and a save made by Stagman. Standing up, she catches that one against the chest and it drops down into her leg pad. 2:39 remaining in this second period. Again, shots on goal haven't gotten wildly different in terms of the margin than what we saw at the start of this second period, and there has been no scoring in the second for either team. Puck behind the net of the Andover Huskies. Stagman looking over her shoulder as her teammates carry it out to the far boards. Tapped back for Mumm. Mumm stands her ground as she's running too hard. Puck held in at the blue line. Quick wrister, and that one shut down by a whole bunch of traffic in front. Chatelain sends it back. Ball has it. She'll leave it up to Flushing. Flushing back towards ball out of her reach. Now after it is Paige Davidson behind the net. Her and Chatelain working together. Instead it's poked away by Avery Kasich. Puck pushed ahead, 2-on-1, 3-on-1 make it. Here come the Huskies, and the shot shut down. A stick save made with the high part of the stick. I don't think that was the blocker. You heard the sound of the stick off that shot, and Gross does make the save.
No, it was definitely the handle.
Here a shot, and that one into the body, able to hold on is Caitlin Gross. 1:32 to go in this second period. Mixed bag if you're Centennial Spring Lake Park.
Yep.
Would really like to see some scoring, but the defense has been there.
Just saw the replay of that puck bouncing off the stick handle right there, and then the secondary save there to freeze the puck.
Any part of the equipment you can use, it works. Here a wrister low, looking for a deflection in front, nothing there, and it bounces towards the back wall. Huskies regain, come around the near side boards, handed back, and now out to the blue line for Little. She tries a wrister, bounces off of traffic and into the far wall. Up to the top, this is Jones. Jones handing it off quickly. Grabo gets it towards the front of the net, and that one knocked aside by Centennial's defense once again. Centennial Spring Lake Park controlling behind the net. Grace Torma had it for a moment. Torma battling. Had some support there from Ella O'Hearn. Now a puck through. No one able to punch it home. New Powers sandwiched off the puck. Really aggressive play here from the Andover Huskies. Torma comes up with it, plays it off the far side wall. Held in, and a wrister gets into a body in front. Recollected, centering pass. This one swatted away. Nice job by Ella O'Hearn defensively. And the puck finally forced out of the zone. It is headed close to the crease. It is held off by Stagman. 20 seconds left as the Huskies move towards the offensive zone once more. Carrying it in is Courtney Little. Hands it back. Berger makes a spin move off a defender. Takes a shot and a pad save made. This one kicks towards the far side corner. Up to the blue line. Back to Little. Little with a wrister. Had two players looking to deflect it in front. Neither one was able to connect. 2 seconds left, and Little won't get another shot away. We are done with the second period. No goals scored in the second. That means the hefty lead for the Huskies remains. We'll come back for a second intermission report shortly here on North Metro TV. 4-0 in favor of the Andover Huskies here at the Centennial Sports Arena. One more period to play. John Eden, Nick Walsh, and the entire North Metro TV crew, glad to be back with you as we continue on with this Northwest Suburban matchup. These Huskies 7-0 in Northwest Suburban play coming into the night. For the Centennial Spring Lake Park ladies, 4-3 coming in. All the records for the Huskies look quite nice. 19-0 as we've talked about. Looking to go back to the state tournament for a 5th consecutive time, and considering that the 6 previous ones have all come since 2014, this is a program that has done a lot in a short span of time, and the vast majority of that under Coach Melissa Volk, including all of those state tournament appearances. 172 wins against just 69 losses and 6 ties in her time. And I was mentioning the standings, get a look at them there. Good to have the context of who else is playing well. Maple Grove has a loss, but more wins. And Rogers sitting in 3rd. Really strong Rogers squad. Centennial Spring Lake Park and Blaine down in a way that we aren't typically used to seeing in the Northwest Suburban. They're usually among the top 3 teams. Off the draw, no one's going to win it. Everyone falls at center ice. It looks like watching youth hockey. All right, here we go. We got it out. I wonder if the Centennial Spring Lake Park players were taking notes from the youngsters that were announced with them at the start.
Yeah, they had the, I believe, the 10A girls announced with them. And apparently they've only lost 2 games all year. So good pipeline of younger players coming up for Centennial and Spring Lake Park.
That is pretty good, but it's 2 more losses than I have. Here, a shot on, and it's stopped by the Stagman. She's able to cover up. It's about 30 seconds in. Even strength hockey to start this period. A dozen more shots on goal for the Huskies coming in. Baker's doesn't even. Off the glove side draw, one back by Centennial. Centennial Spring Lake Park now down to the near side, goes behind the net. Andover had it for a moment. Here's O'Hearn. Tries to take a shot. That one goes right through the crease in the air. And it's touched out of the zone. Back on it, Larson able to recover. She tries to feed it forward a couple of times. Had some struggles there, and it's taken away by Madison Brown. Brown dodging defenders, plays it forward to Gettle. So across the blue line, center a pass. Berger has it, gets in deep, now curls back. Leaves it up to Jones at the blue line. Mackenzie Jones with the wrister. That one goes through all to the backboards. Gettle misses on a shot from tight range. Into the far corner. Played back and forth between the 2 teams. And it's pushed down into the near side. Centennial Spring Lake Park able to touch it off Mackenzie Jones' stick and in to the Huskies zone. Back on it is Courtney Little. Plays it forward for Brown. Touch pass ahead to Berger. She loses control. Huskies able to hold the zone, though, thanks to Brown. Nicely played. She touches it forward, ends up behind the net. First player there is Flushing. She'll get it up the far side. Gettle intercepts the pass. Changes coming for the Huskies as Gettle makes moves behind the net. Takes a shot and a save made there by Caitlin Gross. Feed forward, knocked down. Good charge in there by Maya Engler, and it's passed behind the net once more of Centennial Spring Lake Park. Katie Ball going toward it on the far side. Flushing now chasing, and it's pushed down to the near side corner. Both teams doing battle. Merrill Delic gets it behind the net for Maya Engler. Back out towards the front. Christensen had a chance at it. Instead, it leaks out to the blue line. Handed back to Delic. She'll try a shot. That one knocked away. Ends up behind the boards. Engler. A shot from the circle far side. Stopped by a ton of traffic. Pad save made on what was a fairly open net there. Big missed opportunity for another goal for Andover.
Yeah, that was Ella Thorson on the rebound, and she got a nice shot off. It looked like most of that net was open, but a small portion was blocked by the pad of Gross, and that's exactly where Thorson's shot went.
14-17 remaining. Take another look. This one right on the doorstep of the crease, and she pushed it into the pads. Again, you're not usually looking for a lot of skill in that situation. You just want to hit it as soon as you can to make sure that the goaltender doesn't have time to react and move over. So that's what she did. Didn't come up with the goal. Off the icing call, we come back into the Centennial zone. About 3 minutes into the third period. We talked about Melissa Volk and her success with the Andover Huskies. On the other side, first year or second year head coach, depending on how you look at it. Sean Moline has a 29-13-1 record when you compile his numbers a year ago with Centennial and what he's done so far this year, as the shot from the top of the slot gets right into the goaltender, and Gross able to hold on.
Of course, you mentioned Centennial last year. Did get to the state as a participant, but did not play. So both of these teams technically coming off state tournament appearances. In its former form, at least.
For Centennial, it was a return. It had been a little bit for the girls. Puck played along the near side. Huskies trying to force it forward. O'Hara gets in the way. Whipped around the boards to the far side, and it's tipped out into the zone.
2018, the last time before that. They were the runner-up.
Puck played along those far boards. Here we go. Draw just outside of the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone. Spring Lake Park had never had that kind of success, not a state tournament run. Their boys team made a state tournament run. Oh, it had to be more than 5 years ago now. And that was at the lower class, and that's when they bumped up to the higher class, which made some sense because, you know, they're in this region. They're playing against all these Northwest suburban teams. But that boys team has never had state tournament success either. Puck made it through everyone from between the circles. Blocker save made as that one punched away by Gross.
They did have some very good teams back in the late 90s when David Backus was there. There's a rebound chance. Oh, what a great save.
Open net, and that one punched away. That was Hannah Thompson who made the play on it. That was a fun one. Thompson might have to put on the pads after making a play like that if Gross is ever in trouble. Of course, they do have 2 other goaltenders on the roster, and Anna Peterson has gotten time this season. Puck played to the far side boards, batted out of there by Kelly Cody. Huskies chase it down on their own end. Callan Mumm had it. Davidson causing some disruption there. Now it's Kasich. And sent forward. Gettle into the zone. Nothing but white sweaters there. She turns back and leaves it behind the net. Great pursuit here, coming in Maya Engler to help, and she gets pinched against the boards. Centennial Spring Lake Park looking for an opportunity. They're able to bounce the puck out of there. Not sure if that deflected off the defender's hand or not. We're going to play on either way. There is no icing here. Into the corner and behind the Husky net. Andover grabs control, knocked away by Goudreau nicely. She tried to leave it behind, but her teammates were all off on a change, so she was alone down there. Christensen's pass intercepted. Hemmer heads into the offensive end. Tries to get it towards the net. Deflected away by the defender. Nicely done by Jones. Mackenzie Jones trying to feed it off towards Kasich. Knocked away for a moment. Played up to the blue line. Goudreau able to hold it in after it bounced off a Husky stick. Centers a pass. Nobody home. Had O'Hara, but she was quite a bit behind coming down the slot. Goudreau just seems to be everywhere from the near side, pushes it out to the far corner. Hemmer trying to help out. O'Hara there. Battle for the puck. Nobody's got it cleanly. And this one left out to the blue line. Just barely held in by Flushing. Up to the half wall, now to the corner. Centennial Spring Lake Park trying to center a pass back. Instead it ends up with Thompson. Near side circle over to Flushing. Flushing sends a hot shot on. That one gloved and then released quickly. Like Stagman. She must fish in the offseason. Here a kick save made by Stagman as it plays into the near side corner. Grabbed hold of by Little. This is Courtney Little from behind her own net. Plays it off the window. Bouncing it up ice. It was deflected, they say. So we skate on. Christensen first to it in the offensive end. Circles around, takes the shot. That one knocked down. It is in front of the crease, loose. Players backhanding it, shooting towards the net, and all of it stopped. Back behind the net now. O'Hearn gathering. Tries to leave it behind her. Nobody home. Tipped away by Thompson. And bounced out towards the blue line. Huskies hold the zone. O'Hearn behind her own net. Now a centering pass. Nobody home for Andover. Out to the far side. This is Callan Mumm. Player knocked down from behind. No whistles. I think that was the right no call there as it leaks out to neutral ice. Puck carried right back in. Andover on the attack once more. 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the third period. No scoring since just under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. A 4-0 score for Andover, holding up over time. Huskies control. Handed out to the blue line. Mumm tries to put a shot on, deflected in front. Now out to the far side. Battling back and forth, carried towards the net, touched away. Here a wrister, that one deflected in front, but it goes into the near corner. Picked up and held by Thorson. She'll send it behind the net. Batted out of the zone. This is an icing against Centennial Spring Lake Park. 8:40 frozen on the third period clock.
Centennial's defense continues to hold true. They've allowed 7 shots here in the third period so far, but nothing across. problem is we're starting to get to that point of the game. There's 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Centennial obviously has to keep Andover off the board, but they've also got to generate some offense here if they've got any chance. And they've got just 2 shots on goal here in the third period, halfway through the period.
Here, Rister, and Gettle has her shot pushed aside on the pad save, rather the blocker save made by Gross. And how about Gross, who stepped up? Here, puck poked away, taken into the offensive end. Cody gets a shot away, save made. Everyone's out of the net. Puck is loose behind. The Huskies have it. Stagman able to get back up and finds herself in the crease. Looked like a big opportunity for Centennial Spring Lake Park, but they didn't have the puck after the collision.
That was a nice play there defensively by Andover to just take the puck back behind the net and kind of hold it there while everything regenerated itself in front of the net.
Centennial Spring Lake Park trying to clear the zone. It is held in at the blue line. Nicely done there by Casey. She'll carry forward. Leaves it to Berger in the slot. Backhanded attempt after a quick move. That one stopped by the tender. And Gross with another save. I was trying to mention earlier that Gross, after the rough first period, has played well. Here, puck bounces away. Davidson has it, takes an early shot. Ball had a follow-up if that had gone on net. Instead, it fluttered behind. And so for Gross, I mean, she's faced 38 shots. 4 have gotten by, but the percentage is getting better and better as time goes on because she's been very strong. If we'd seen a second period like the first, she probably wouldn't even be in here in the third period. Pass left back to Thompson. She can't collect it cleanly on the charge towards the net. Tipped away from Goudreau. Goudreau able to gather it. Pokes it out to neutral ice. Brought back into the offensive end by Heath. Emma Heath tries a wrister. That one knocked away from her. A lot of cheers coming right now from some of the fans watching right in front of us. Looks like the JV squad for Andover. Not sure if there's a particular player that they're cheering on. Abby McQuay getting to that puck. I thought maybe we had some really youngsters on the ice, but it seems like some of the more senior players are getting some clock time right now. Here, shot, goal! Oh my, the snipe shot by Sarah Kaiser, her second of the game. And she was that player to score at the end of the first period. She gets back on the board with 6:20 remaining in the third. 5-0, Andover in front. You see she comes up with the steal and the unassisted goal, whipping that wrister into the upper 90.
We were talking about how good the goaltender Gross had been, and
yeah, that's
right.
on me. That's on me.
But to be fair, she had stopped 25 shots in a row. Andover had 4 goals in the first 13 shots, and then it took until shot 39 in order to pick up goal number 5. So a pretty good average there for Gross. She had stopped 25 shots in a row before that goal picked up, and now another one.
Hat trick. Kaiser finding the puck in the crease, lifts it over the pad of Gross, and her third goal makes it 6-0 Andover. There's something natural about 3 in a row. End of the first, now 2 back-to-back, just seconds apart, really. As you see Kaiser finishing off that play, 13 seconds in between her second and third goal.
Now that one might have been on you.
I'll write Caitlin a nice apology letter after the game. Here, puck playing around to the far side. Tipped back towards neutral and pushed into there by Centennial Spring Lake Park. Near side, Christensen moves back into the offensive zone for the Huskies. Did they say second goal of the game? I'm keeping her at all 3. That's what I got.
Well, he announced the first of 2.
Oh, they're just talking about the second goal. My apologies. And they gave Angler the assist on her third goal. And she becomes yet another player to have scored a point in this game. Andover with control on the near side boards. 5 minutes to play in a 6-0 game. Centennial Spring Lake Park able to knock it out to neutral ice. Pushes into the Andover end. Chasing it down is Delic. Gets it across from the far side boards. Avery Kasich can't clear the zone. Puck pops up into the air. Stagman now the concern. Her 7th shutout of the season. Can she collect it? Centering pass, and this one punched right back behind the net. Goudreau comes up with it. Goudreau has looked the smoothest for Centennial Spring Lake Park throughout the night. This is a shot knocked away. And Goudreau, the second leading scorer. She's just a goal behind O'Hara coming in. 5 assists behind O'Hara for the team lead in those 2 categories. Here a shot misses wide. Puck right in front of the Centennial bench. Now knocked to that far side corner. First player there is Hannah Thompson. The defender sees it go all the way to the other end. On goal. Stagman able to make the stop. Here's Nora Sauer. Had an assist earlier tonight, trying to play it forward. Carried into the offensive end. Hard angle shot won't go. Collected once more by Pacey Krause. Here a shot goes off the leg of Cody. I don't think I've ever heard the name Pacey before. P-A-C-I-E. It's a new one. 3:30 remaining in this 3rd period. Puck played out to that far corner. Emma Heath had it. Left down to the blue line. Got a chunk of something. There's a shot and a goal.
I think most of the puck ended up in the net. And of course, with it being a 6-goal lead, the clock continues to run here.
Merrill Delic, the sophomore, with her first goal of the season. That's why the cheers are so loud. Delic. And I'm with you. That was a chunk of puck, I believe, that came. I mean, it could have been something else off a stick or something, but
it was the puck. There it is. You can see it still on the ice. I've heard of chuck-a-puck. We had the chuck-a-puck here, but never a chunk-a-puck. And congratulations on the goal, but was it a full goal?
I'm going to credit.
97% of a goal.
I'm going to credit it.
All right.
Here, puck played behind the net. As Centennial Spring Lake Park still looking for a score of their own. Centering pass, this one right up against the pads a couple of times into Stagman. She stands her ground, and it's forced out. Puck to the other end, and it's an icing call against the Andover Huskies. Clock continues to move in this 7-goal game. Andover setting up shop for the stick side draw in front of Stagman. We haven't seen a lot of these tonight. Off the draw into the corner. Carried behind the net by Jones. Still looking for that chunk?
Well, no, that was a good shot there. You can see just that little piece of black material on the ice.
How can we be sure it wasn't part of a stick?
No, sticks don't break like that.
Just sticks don't break. Buck into the offensive zone for the Andover Huskies. A little spinorama there, and then a shot put on by Madison Brown. Pad save made by Gross, who is still in goal. Goudreau trying to carry forward. Had it knocked away by Mackenzie Jones. Goudreau gets it back, breaks the blue line. Dogged by defenders, tries to get a shot away off a skate. It scoots into the corner near side. Mackenzie Jones, and it's pried away by Berger. Up the far side wall. Centering pass to Brown at neutral ice. She can't control. Larson carries into the offensive end. Knocked away. Huskies send this to the other end. This is another icing against Andover. And if you're Andover, why not? The clock is running. Might as well just ice it and burn as much of that time off the clock as you can.
I think that's a great story, though. If the puck broke in two, you score a goal, you get the, it's like, ripping the cover off of a baseball.
Yep.
That's a great story, especially if it's your first goal.
Well, and if
hopefully she got both pieces. If it was,
I mean,
a piece of
as a sophomore scoring her first of the season, it could very well be her first career goal.
That's what I thought, maybe.
And she'll have that puck forever, hopefully. And she'll have the knowledge if it's part of the puck or not shortly once she gets off the ice. Maybe we can check out their Instagram account or Twitter account later and see her holding the puck as she scores her first.
Both hands.
7-0 the final. 42-19, the Huskies outshoot the Cougars and they win by 7 goals. 20th consecutive win to start the season. They are undefeated at 20-0. Centennial Spring Lake Park drops to 13-8-1. Still plenty of regular season coming up for these teams, but tonight is a night for the Andover Huskies, as it has been each and every time they've taken the ice in this 2021-2022 season. Hats off to Stagman. She does get her 7th shutout of the season, stopping all 19 Cougar shots. But this was a night for offense, and Kaiser led the way. The senior scores the hat trick tonight. A young lady who had just 6 goals total coming in, and she now has 9 with this effort.
Yeah, really impressive performance there by Kaiser. She was able to pick it up she got both types of shots. She got the wrist shot, she got the rebound shot. So impressive on that. Also, I give a lot of credit to Andover's defense tonight. They really smothered this Centennial offense. Really the only opportunity they really had that was any sort of offensive momentum was when they had that 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 50 seconds. And this Andover team was able to shut that down. And then they just methodically just chipped away. Centennial did a nice job in the second period, really surrounding the net and not allowing Andover to get much in terms of those rebounds. But eventually, a team like Andover will wear you down. And so that's what accounted for those 3 goals in the third.
Hats off to Kaiser and the Andover Huskies. They're victorious tonight, 7-0. I want to thank you all for tuning in for our entire broadcast crew, including Nick Walsh. I'm John Haddon saying so long from the Centennial Sports Arena.